What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to yet another video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys your weekly SPY and QQQ technical analysis. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, so definitely make sure you guys smash that like button if you want me to continue doing these. But real quick, as always, if you guys do find value in this video and you do like free stock market education, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and let's hop right into it. So before hopping into the actual technical analysis for the week, the very first thing we want to pay attention to is going to be the US economic calendar. So on Monday, we do have our home builder index. So if you are in an open position at 10 a.m., I would just be a little cautious for short-term volatility. 8:30 on Tuesday, we have housing starts and building permits, but going into Wednesday, which is going to be very, very important, is going to be the Fed interest rate decision, the FOMC. So I am going to be dropping a video on Tuesday talking about what to expect during the FOMC. Are we going to get a rate hike? Are we going to get pauses? Are we going to get a decrease in the rates? I will let everybody know that on Tuesday. Then going into Thursday, initial jobless claims, Fed manufacturing survey, account deficit, all at 8:30. And then at 10 o'clock, again, if you're in an open position, be careful. We have the US leading economic indicators and existing home sales. So those are going to be important. And then finally on Friday, Fed speaker. But also what's going to be important at 9:45 is going to be the PMI for services and manufacturing. And then we have more Fed speakers at 1 o'clock. But mainly you want to pay attention to these two right here. So that is the economic news that we need to pay attention to next week. Hopping into the analysis, however, let's take a look at QQQ first. So on Friday, we saw a pretty hard sell-off, pretty much right back down into this low right here. You can see that QQQ's kind of just been in this consolidation for the last, 2 weeks or so. We've just been chopping in this range. So if we zoom out to a daily time frame, if I'm going to be looking for a bounce, I mean, the only area that I possibly see is going to be this pivot low to pivot high right here. So if I'm going to be looking for bounces on QQQ, it's going to be at 367.77 and then 364.70 up to 365. Because remember, intervals of 5 are very important on SPY and QQQ when it comes to psychological support and resistance. So again, 364.70 all the way up into 365. We do have a little bit of daily demand in this area as well. So overall, I really like this area around here for a potential bounce. If we lose this, however, I don't have any other good bounces that I'm going to be watching for the time being. However, if the market were to pump off of FOMC, I would like to see price clear above this high right here at this 378.40. And then we could push back up into this high at 380.87, which was the gap fill on QQQ. And then after that, we do have more room to the upside up into this resistance point right here at 384.5. So that's pretty much everything that I'm going to be watching on QQQ. Going into the future, I would like to see us retest that weekly 21 EMA. I do think we are going to find a lot of support at that level because we haven't tested it since way back here in March. And what do we know about the 21 EMA? It's a very important level. If we zoom back to last year, look at that, touch at 21, touch, every single time pushed up. And then over here, we started getting rejections off the 21. So we haven't tested it in a really long time. If we were to dip down there in the future, I would be interested in longs with a stop loss right below the level. Now, before hopping into SPY, if you guys did not know, I did drop a brand new book on Amazon titled The New Age of Day Trading, the Ultimate A through Z Trading Guide. I highly suggest you guys check this one out. 325 pages, goes over my entire day trading strategy, the specific indicators I use, a lot about Fibonacci retracements, sniper entries, stop loss criteria, a lot about SPY and QQQ, SPX, ES, NQ, and the specific strategies I use when trading those names, and so much more information. So if you haven't already, I highly suggest you guys check out the new book, The New Age of Day Trading, the Ultimate A through Z Trading Guide on Amazon. The link is going to be down in the description. Anyway, so hopping into SPY. So if we're looking at SPY, you can see that price pretty much came back down to this previous low right here at 442.75. Had a little bit of a bounce on Friday, really nothing crazy. But if I'm going to be looking for actual bounces next week, the only one that I see, the absolute only one, and we did have a daily, did we close above it? We did. We closed 3 cents above this 50% retracement. So if price were to lose this 442.75 on SPY, the only bounce that I see is 440.9. That is the only area that I like. Because we did get a daily candle close above here and a decent amount of volume, I do want to see if we try to bounce off of this level and come back up. If that were the case, we can take a pivot high, pivot low, and then look for rejects up there. Now, depending on FOMC, I mean, we still have this gap all the way up here, but that's all the way up at 454. So we would really need to have some good FOMC news to get us up there. But I would still be interested in this gap fill right here on SPY. And then if it broke above the gap fill, obviously we have room up into this high right here. But that's pretty much all the levels that I'm going to be watching on SPY next week. Again, if we bottom out right here, take a fib, pivot high, pivot low, we'll look for rejects around the 50 and 61.8. Look for the bounce here. If we really start tearing off of FOMC, let's watch this gap fill right here. But that is going to be your weekly SPY and QQQ market update and all the levels that I would watch next week. As always, if you guys did find value in this video, make sure to smash that like button as well as clicking that subscribe and that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. Everybody have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.